Chapter 2, Flower Power. You've just walked into the Bakeoff's first event and found out that Darcy Frost will be your partner. Albert, are you sure Candy can't do it? Are you sure? The doctor told her to stay off the leg. But don't worry, Misha. You have a famous chef to help you out. Speaking of famous, the other bakers and onlookers can't seem to keep their eyes off Darcy. Whispers are going through the crowd of spectators as you watch them stare. Several teenagers whisper and giggle to each other, and then one of them runs over to you and Darcy. Oh my gosh, I love your show. Hey, new artwork. I accept this. It's what got me into baking. Your salted caramel brownie recipe changed my life. The girl's eyes are wide with admiration as she thrusts a pen and paper towards Darcy, her hand shaking slightly. Could I please get your autograph? Pretty please. I'll treasure it forever. I would, but I've just washed my hands. Can't risk contamination before the competition. You understand? Darcy's tone is cool and dismissive. The girls walk away, visibly disappointed, their excited chatter fading into dejected murmurs. Is that so? Way to leave them starstruck, partner. Nothing like a little celebrity cold shoulder to really make their day. I'm sure they'll remember this moment forever. They watch Darcy Frost on TV. They expect my TV persona. I'm giving them what they want. These girls are probably delighted to be blown off by me. It's practically a souvenir, more valuable than any scribbled signature. Oh, great. Partnered with a walking, talking ego. This competition has just got a lot more interesting. Where you can dwell on Darcy's behavior, movement near the entrance catches your eye. Your heart stops as you recognize two familiar figures walking in. The cheerful holiday atmosphere suddenly feels stifling. No, it can't be. Not here. Not now. What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost, or worse, a soggy bottom on a pie. That's my ex, Alex, and you've met Pam. Darcy raises an inquisitive eyebrow, but doesn't stop his preparations. Was this a recent breakup? More or less. We were engaged. He said he wanted freedom. You watch frozen as Alex gives Pam a very public kiss. It's a scene from a movie, except you're the one feeling like an extra in your own life. Well, looks like freedom's name is Pam. Wow, dude. Darcy doesn't raise his eyes from your work table, but places his hand briefly on yours. Is he trying to reassure you? Just don't look up. Don't give them the satisfaction of noticing them. But it's too late. Pam and Alex have walked over to you arm in arm, and Pam squeals in fox delight and slaps your shoulder playfully. Oh, hey, Aspen. Where's your partner? What's her name? Courtney? Candy. She got Megan. Oh, that's too bad. As you can see, my partner is just fine. Alex shifts his weight awkwardly. Hi, Aspen. Long time no see. Yes, I'm doing that voice for the rest of this book. Yo, dude. We're locking in on that, okay? Yeah, it's been a long time. Not long enough, if you ask me. Guess I deserve that. Oh, the way things ended, it's still one of my biggest regrets. You mean the way you dumped me like a compost bin? Alex squirms. You seem to be making him uncomfortable. Too bad, so sad. Look, Aspen, I never meant, Pam steps forward, cutting off Alex's fumbling attempt at an explanation. Her smile is just as sweet as fondant and just as artificial. What the hell's a fondant? Pam turns to Darcy, all doe eyes and charm. Oh, isn't that sweet? You're doing a little demonstration of how to bake for Aspen. She needs it. Actually, I'm her baking partner, and I'd say her skills are more than up to par. Well then, I'll really have to up my game. But don't worry, Aspen, I'm sure Mr. Frost here can carry you through the competition. But I doubt it'll pay off. I got my ace up my sleeve. Toodles, Aspen! May the best baker win! Pam tugs Alex away, leaving you standing there stunned. Darcy turns to you as usual, smirk replaced by an unexpectedly thoughtful expression. Well, that was unsettling. Are you alright? Ready for some baking therapy. Nothing a little baking therapy can't fix. We got some emotions to beat into submission, and I mean batter to prepare.
Baking is therapy. I can see that.
There's just something cathartic about pounding dough and imagining it's... Never mind.
Remind me never to get on your bad side. I have a feeling you're particularly vicious with a rolling pin.
Before you can dwell any further, Pam and Alex, Mayor Sherry Garland stepped up to the microphone, her cheerful voice booming through the hall.
God, this is gonna be tough. Cheerful? Me?
Welcome, one and all, to the 34th Annual Regional Holiday Bakeoff. The room, packed to the gills, erupts in cheers. Darcy leans over to whisper in your ear.
Are they usually this excited about baking?
Are they usually excited at all? What drugs are they taking? The Bake-Off's a big deal. People come from all over the Tri-County area for this. Now I'm sure this year's contestants are ready to go. We've got familiar faces, some new challengers, and even a celebrity in our midst. The crowd erupts again as Mayor Garland gives Darcy a blatant wink. You notice the teen fangirls from before in the front row cheering loudly. As most of you know, the Bake-Off consists of 2 events. The first event determines which 2 contestants will go to the finals, and the final event determines the winner. This year's event will be... Please say brownies, please say brownies. I got the perfect recipe. Brownies! Darcy looks slightly crestfallen.
Brownies. Too simple. I was expecting more of a challenge.
Don't underestimate the humble brownie. They're classic for a reason, and my double chocolate brownies are to die for.
Alright, brownie prodigy. Let's see what you've got up your flour-dusted sleeve.
You have 2 hours to create a pan of scrumptious brownies that will knock our judges' socks off. And remember, folks, presentation is key. We eat with our eyes first. As all the contestants head for their bake stations, the crowd buzzes with excitement, and Darcy has a small smile on his face. You're smiling. You're having fun.
I never said that. Don't claim I said that.
But the smile doesn't disappear as you and Darcy reach for your baking station. You approach your baking station, eyeing the gleaming utensils and fresh ingredients. Make your decisions and collect your ingredients. It's time to get started. Darcy dashes to the pantry at the center of the baking area and comes back with 3 bars of chocolate. No, I need 55% cocoa. That's 80%. Too bitter.
That's the point. The grade school bake sale might not be ready for it, but the judges' palates will be.
I'm the lead baker here, so it's my decision. You can't overrule me. Darcy is already breaking up the bar of bittersweet chocolate.
Excuse me, I couldn't hear you over the sound of us winning.
He's me. He's literally me. I can't even... Oh, fine. Just let me do the rest my way.
As long as you mix them in the proper order. Cream the butter, sugar, and then add your eggs.
Butter, sugar, eggs. Then add cocoa powder mixed with flour, wet before dry, I know. And chocolate chunks get mixed in last. This isn't my first rodeo.
Ah, well, then let's see what you got.
You turn to your mixing bowl, determined to not embarrass yourself in front of the crowd, or Darcy Frost. Alright, so... butter. Adding butter, okay. What? Bro, we didn't even add the cocoa mix. I don't know why they're... Come on now, you couldn't have animated that correctly? Adding sugar. Eggs. Okay. Flour? Or, well, it's the cocoa mix. Yeah. And then... chocolate, which literally, figuratively, like, alright, whatever. Adding chocolate.
Nicely done. I couldn't have done it better myself. You've got a knack for this.
Oh, what I've got is years of experience. Are you forgetting I'm a professional too?
No, it's just that I'm used to coaching junior bakers. Haven't worked with an equal for some time now.
The smile on his face is sincere. When his eyes meet yours, your heart does a little thump. Darcy Frost thinks I'm his equal. Calm down. You trail off as you spot Pam and Alex, heads bent close together in conspiratorial whispers. Darcy follows your eyes and raises a perfect eyebrow.
Don't let them distract you. Eyes on the prize.
I know, but... Pam glances over at you and quickly looks away, and Darcy brightens suddenly.
They're watching us too, you know. Shall we give them something to really stare at?
Like what? Darcy leans in and whispers in your ear.
If they want to show off their romance to distract you, two, well, four can play at that game. Let's flirt just like they are. Distract the hell out of them. Are you game?
I'm game if you are.
Alright, then just follow my lead, darling.
A part of you wants to snicker when Darcy calls you darling, but a much less controlled part of you wants to swoon. Fake flirting with Darcy Frost. This is not how I thought my day would go.
You're too far away. Come here.
Darcy steps closer to you, trapping you between him and the counter. There's something in his eyes you haven't seen before. He looks hungry. Leaning in, you can feel the heat of his body next to yours. He reaches out for your cheek.
You got a little something there. May I?
A little something. Yes, you may. Darcy's hand brushes your cheek. His thumb swipes over your cheekbone, tracing the lines of your face as he leans in to look closely at you. He's close enough to kiss, not that I would, but if I wanted to... did you get it?
I did.
But he's still cupping your face in his hand. His eyes flick towards Alex and Pam. Darcy whispers,
I think it's working. Look at Alex.
Pam is still happily working away at a brownie batter, but Alex is frozen in place, eyes locked on you and Darcy. Then let's keep going.
As for Pam, I know exactly what will get on her nerves.
Darcy holds up your bowl, his eyes sweeping the room.
Aspen, this recipe is divine. I've never seen anyone who melts chocolate flavor the way you do.
You look startled for a moment at his praise, and then remember that the two of you are what you're trying to do. Oh, no, Darcy, I'm just a humble small-town baker.
Nonsense. You're a genius.
Darcy is in full TV host mode at this point. The word genius echoes through the room, and that's when Pam looks up, red-faced.
Absolutely brilliant. Bravo, Aspen.
I know he's faking, but there's just something thrilling about being praised by Darcy Frost. Darcy leans in again and whispers to you.
I don't think they had enough yet. Care to carry on?
You mean more flirting?
I mean more flirting and upping the ante.
Put his arms around me. You take his arms and pull them around you from behind, his chest against your back. Darcy laughs.
Oh yes, it's very good. Very, very good.
He takes each of your hands in his. The warmth radiating from him is almost intoxicating as the scent of his cologne.
Now, the keys to a perfect top crust is all in the touch. Here, let me show you.
He guides your hands, his fingers intertwining with yours as you work the dough. The warmth of his breath on your neck sends shivers down your spine. Like this?
Perfect, you're a natural. I think we might have found your calling.
What, professional dough kneader?
I was thinking more along the lines of personal baking assistant. The position comes with excellent benefits.
Oh, really? What might those be?
Why don't we discuss that over dinner sometime?
Now, Pam and Alex have both stopped working. Pam is alternating glancing at you and saying something to Alex. Her face is still bright pink. Meanwhile, Alex seems to be gritting his teeth.
Brilliant. Now, for the final move, you've got a smudge of cinnamon. Let me get it.
But we already did that.
Darcy leans into you, close enough to kiss, close enough to breathe his breath, and licks your cheek. Well, okay.
Darcy Frost just licked me?
Aspen, you're as sweet as royal icing. He stands back at the sideline, glances at Pam and Alex, who are bickering openly now. He grins. La pièce de résistance, and now your turn.
Put, kiss Darcy on the cheek? Or lick him back?
I am not licking him back.
We're supposed to be faking, my dude.
Kiss him on the cheek. We'll do that one.
You lean towards Darcy, his intense eyes on you, and a small smile playing on his lips.
Do your worst, Aspen.
You brush your lips very, very gently against his cheek, a butterfly kiss. You lean back and find that Darcy's eyes are closed. His opens with a start, surprised. There. What goes around comes around. He trails off as your attention, everyone's attention, it seems, is drawn to Alex and Pam, who are outright fighting at this point. You and Darcy scramble to finish your brownies, pull them out of the oven, and then bzzzt. Time's up! You look at Darcy, his expensive suit flower dusted. He grins and gives you a thumbs up.
I'm confident, Aspen, we've got this.
Now, will the contestants please cut one of the brownies and bring it to the judges' table?
Your hand shaking as you slice the brownies. Darcy puts his hand on yours to steady it. Are you alright?
His voice is quiet, not a trace of snark. He's looking at you with concern. It's just high stakes, is all. If I don't win this, I lose Albus, and the place has been my whole career.
I understand the pressure you're under. Here.
Darcy takes the brownie plate in one hand and reaches out to you with the other. Take his hand, walk to the judges alone. No, we're a team. You reach out and take his offered hand. Thank you. His hand is warm, solid, traced with the kitchen scars and old burns like yours. You clasp it tightly as he squeezes his back.
Thank you, Aspen, for letting me be a part of, for this being a part of my show.
Together, the two of you walk to the judges' table and present your brownie to the mayor. The bakers stand in a row as the mayor tastes their brownies, and when she gets to Pam and Alex's, this one is delicious. It's definitely the best I've had all night. Your heart beats a little faster, Darcy groans, and Pam breams. Ours is next, the moment of truth. The mayor takes a bite of your brownie and chews slowly, then her face lights up like a Christmas tree. Oh, perfect! This is the perfect chocolate brownie! I've never tasted anything like it! She points at you. Aspen and Darcy Frost are the winners. We won. The crowd erupts, and in the front row, Alba cheers and waves her cane wildly. Pam and Alex look like a thundercloud has just settled over them. Darcy beams, moves towards you, then seems to stop himself. He composes himself and extends his hand in a friendly handshake.
Was there ever any doubt? We make quite the team, you and I.
You bask in your glory, and Pam saunters over, Alex trailing behind her. Congratulations, enjoy it while it lasts. The final round is where the real competition begins. And since I came in second, it'll be you and Darcy against Alex and me. Looking forward to it, Pam. May the best bakers win.
Yes, we're simply quaking in our aprons. Your intimidation tactics are truly masterful.
I love good sarcasm. Pam narrows her eyes at Darcy before storming off. Alex lingers, his gaze flickering between you and Darcy.
Good job, Aspen. You always were talented.
Thanks, Alex. Alex nods awkwardly before following Pam as they leave. Darcy turns to you with a raised eyebrow.
Usually there's nothing I love more than a petty feud, but those two, I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
Well, then we have no choice. Let's kick their butts in round 2. Before Darcy can answer, Jen and Imran rush over, cameras at the ready.
was amazing. We got some great footage. The chemistry between the two of you is off the charts.
It is?
Well, we aim to please.
The viewers are going to eat this up, pun intended. You two are naturals in front of the camera. Thanks, I think it's all Darcy, really.
Don't sell yourself short, partner. You're the secret ingredient in our recipe for success.
That was gold, but we need more. What's next on our small town charm tour?
What's next? We're here for the competition. Stage 1 is over. Let's go have a drink and rest. I think we've earned it.
We've got to keep the momentum going. We need more small town charm. Any ideas, Aspen?
Darcy groans, running a hand through his hair in frustration. You can't help but find his disheveled look rather appealing. Please tell me you're not buying into this madness.
Well,
I can already tell I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Oh, come on. Where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, I think I left it back in Hollywood along with my sanity.
Despite his protest, you can see a glimmer of amusement in his eyes. Actually, I've got a great idea.
The sound of cheerful singing grows louder as you approach the town square. The massive trees twinkle with 1,000 lights, casting a warm glow over the festive scene. Oh no, please tell me we are not doing what I think we're about to be doing.
Oh yes, we're caroling.
Oh, God help me. A group of townsfolk stand in the front of Sergio's, the town's sole Italian restaurant, belting out jingle bells with more enthusiasm than skill. Sergio himself, sporting the impressive beard he grows every winter, joins in with gusto. I'd rather eat my own souffle, while it's still raw.
Come on, Darcy, where's your holiday spirit? Or is that just another ingredient you're fresh out of?
I'm fresh out of it. I'm literally fresh out of it.
Before Darcy can retort, Mayor Garland spots you and waves you over enthusiastically. She grabs Darcy's hand, shaking it vigorously. I'm so glad you're taking an interest in our little town, and it's such an honor to have a famous chef participating in our little bake-off.
Well, one must stay connected to the grassroots of baking, I suppose, even if those roots are buried under several feet of snow.
And I bet you're glad to have him as your partner, right, Aspen? It, has been great. I'm lucky to have him. He's an amazing partner, and we're lucky to have him. It's like having a walking, talking, occasionally grumpy cookbook.
Well, that's unexpectedly kind of you to say. Though I prefer to think of myself as more of a culinary encyclopedia.
Don't let it go to your head. Your ego's big enough as it is.
Oh, how wonderful! I can already tell you two will be a force to be reckoned with. You go together like butter and sugar. Imran hands Darcy a camera, but Darcy shakes his head. Actually, I was thinking I might participate this time. Can't let you have all the fun, can I?
I'm sorry, did I just hear that right? Darcy Frost joining the commoners in song?
I do sing, you know. My voice is like a fine wine. Complex, mature, and not appreciated by everyone. As you join the group, someone each hands you a hot cup of cider. Darcy takes a sip and immediately wrinkles his nose. This could be more tart. It's practically syrup.
Really? Do you ever stop criticizing things? It's hot cider on a cold night. It's supposed to be enjoyed, not graded. I prefer cold cider.
Just saying. Excellence doesn't take breaks. It's a full-time job being this discerning.
Well, then maybe you need some time off. The mayor leads everyone in a round of Carol of the Bells. I'm sorry, what?
Darcy takes on the ding-dong part with surprising enthusiasm.
That's barely singing. I want to hear what your voice really sounds like, unless you're chicken.
Darcy throws back the last of his cider and laughs like a madman. His breath mists in the cold air. Fine. You want the full Darcy Frost experience? Then stand back. Suddenly Darcy launches into a powerful rendition of Silver bells. His voice is so rich, resonant, filling the square with melody. Oh no. Silver bells, silver bells. As he sings, the world seems to fade away, leaving just his voice and the twinkling lights of the tree. Wow, Darcy, that was incredible. You've been holding out on us. Trying to keep a person's voice like Darcy's, the gritty like that, while trying to sing is actually really, really difficult. Just saying. Thank you. It's been a while since I've sung like that. Bravo! What a treat! I didn't know we had a professional singer in our midst as well. Jesus Christ, woman, could you stop kissing the man's ass? I'm serious. A small crowd gathers around Darcy, showering him with compliments. As he chats with the admiring townsfolk, you notice a softness in his expression you haven't seen before. The mayor pulls you to the side. She's beaming. I'm already getting tired of this woman. This is wonderful, Aspen. A real celebrity bringing attention to our town. It's even better than when Gwendolyn the cow came to Pumpkin Fest last year. Well, Darcy's no Gwendolyn the cow. He is something, isn't he? He just acts like he does on TV, but when you least expect it, he can be a real sweetheart. He's definitely more complex than he looks, but I don't know if I'd call him a sweetheart. The mayor simply smiles, and you hear a voice behind you. I thought you could use a refill. He hands you a fresh cup of cider. Ken and my baking partner are getting dehydrated, can we? That's really thoughtful. Thank you. Darcy looks a little surprised at the sincerity in your voice. Let me guess, you expected me to just fetch you, you expected me to make you fetch the cider like I do on my show? All I said was thank you. But I do have to admit, you're nicer in person than you are on TV. Don't let anyone hear you say that. Imran rounds the corner, hefting his equipment. He looks tired. Hey, Darcy, I think we got enough footage on the day. The crew and I are going to head back, okay? Go ahead. I'll be a little behind you. Imran and the crew head down the path, and Darcy smiles at you. One of his genuine smiles this time. Care to take the long way home? Why not? Let's go. Nothing's more silent than a snowy night. You and Darcy's footsteps are on the path are the only sounds in the chilly air. So, where did you learn to sing like that? Secret opera career? I was in the church choir growing up. I always had the solo on Oh Holy Night. Bit cliché, I know. There's a wistful look in Darcy's eyes as he continues. My grandmother was always sitting in the front row at the candlelight service, and she would always tear up when... He seems to catch himself. But that's a long time ago. Ancient history, really. The holiday always brings out the old memories for me, like when I was growing up making holiday cookies with my parents, though I bet they weren't up to your exacting standards. I used to do that too, but I never managed to get them as perfect as my father wanted. Apparently even gingerbread men can disappoint. Your dad critiqued your holiday cookies. How old were you? Oh, I've made the cookies since I was 6. We frost get started in the kitchen when other children are just banging pots and pans together. In retrospective, he could have been kinder, but it did teach me to hold my own high standards. Yep, previous generations screwing up the future generations. It's a fun cycle, isn't it? That sounds like... You need to make some new memories. Well, now you get to make new holiday memories, starting with this Bakeoff. You know what? You're absolutely right. And I couldn't ask for a better partner to start with, even if you do have questionable taste in cider. Wow, Darcy. That almost sounded like a compliment. Are you feeling feverish? Don't let it go to your head. I have a reputation to maintain, after all. As you both sip cider, a comfortable silence falls between you. His eyes meet yours, a trace of playful smile on his lips. Do you know what my favorite holiday memory is? Judging a gingerbread house competition? Making snow angels. My sister and I used to go out to the field behind the school and just lie down and make angel after angel. As if on cue, you realize you're walking by a picturesque snowy field. The moonlight sparkles on the untouched snow, inviting and magical. Well, would you look at that? A perfect field of fresh snow just waiting. His eyes are practically sparkling, and you can't help but smile at him. We have been talking about holiday memories. No cameras, no fans, just you, me, and the snow. He steps out on the field and gestures to you. Come on, Aspen. Let's make some new holiday memories. Let's do this. Race you to the middle of the field. You take off running, laughing as you hear Darcy's footsteps crunching in the snow behind you. This is ridiculous. We'll freeze to death. Less complaining, more running. Or are those fancy chef shoes slowing you down? You reach the middle of the field and dramatically fling yourself backward onto the snow. Come on, Darcy, the snow's perfect. You're absolutely mad, you know that? Completely bonkers. In response, you flail your arms and legs like a perfect snow angel. I suppose if I must, can't let you have all the fun, can I? With a surprising lack of grace, Darcy falls backwards onto the snow beside you. For a moment, you both lie there, staring up at the star-filled sky. I'd forgotten how peaceful this feels. Like the world just stops for a moment. See? Sometimes it's good to embrace your inner child. Their hands lie next to each other, almost, but not quite touching. It feels like we're the only two people in the universe right now, doesn't it? Lie there quietly and talk. Darcy? Yeah. Your mind swirls. You could ask him anything right now. Anything. What's your favorite kind of pastry? Smooth, Aspirin, real smooth. Oh, croissants, definitely. The challenge of getting all those thin layers just right, it's invigorating. So you like challenging yourself? Darcy turns his head, eyes shining in a low light, to look you in the eye. And I like people who challenge me. A little push, a little pull, new experiences. That's more than invigorating, it's thrilling. There's a moment of silence between you, not tension, exactly, but something similar. Is this a vibe? Am I vibing with Darcy Frost? You know, my father would absolutely die if he knew I was out here playing in the snow like this. He doesn't sound like the most relaxed person. That's putting it lightly. He still calls me after every episode of my show to let me know what I could have done better. What? And you pick up the phone? Oh, I'm used to it. Critique is the water we Frosts swim in. Silly just isn't on the menu. Well, I hereby give you permission to be silly. His grin takes up his whole face as he laughs delightedly. He begins to scoop snow together. Be careful what you wish for, Aspen. He's making a snowball, and I know what he's going to do with it. Make a snowball hitting first. Before Darcy can move to throw a snowball, you've packed and flung your own. The snowball thwomps against his expensive coat and disintegrates. A second later, you feel a thump as Darcy's snowball hits you right in the heart. Yeah, got me, but I'm not done yet. You pack another solid snowball and pelt him with snow. The fight ends with both of you collapsing into the snow, breathless with laughter. The town's lights feel far away as you turn to face each other, just the moon and the stars illuminating the field. Was that silly enough for you? To start, I don't want to do too much all at once. I'll end up in the circus. You're about to come back with a cute quip, but you catch his eyes, his expression soft again in the way it is when cameras aren't around. You look different. When you're not in public, I like it. Different how? Less edgy, kinder, warmer. Don't tell my fans, they'd disown me. Darcy Frost, nice to people. It'd explode my entire brand. You can see his breath rising from him like dragon smoke as he smiles at you. So which do you prefer, the man or the brand? The man better than the brand. You can tell Darcy's pleased with your answer. It's hard, being obnoxious all the time. Sometimes I just want to... He reaches out and places a hand on yours, squeezing a little. Get closer, you know? Yep. Make a human connection? Exactly. You slip your glove off and place your hand back on his, and he takes his glove off too. They were wearing gloves, question mark? I'm serious. You clasp hands, doing your best to keep each other warm. As the moment passes, you both reluctantly stand, brushing snow from your clothing. We should probably head back before we freeze solid. I'd hate to be disqualified from the Bakeoff or turning into an ice sculpture. Fine, but admit it. You had fun. I admit nothing, but thank you for recommending me, or reminding me, what the holidays can be like. Anytime. That's what partners are for, right? Right. Partners. As you walk back towards town, you can't help but feel that something has shifted between you and Darcy. The competition suddenly feels like it might not be the most interesting part of this holiday season after all. You trudge up to Alba's, keys at the ready for your apartment above the bakery, but as you walk up to your door, you see someone waiting for you on the stoop. Candy. What are you doing here? Is everything okay? Candy looks absolutely frazzled. Her normally bouncy hair is a mess, her nose is red and puffy, and she's got a cast on her leg. Aspen, thank goodness you're here. I didn't know where else to turn. Oh, whoa, slow down. What's going on? You look terrible, no offense. None taken, I feel terrible. Not only did I break my ankle, I got a bad cold, and my boyfriend Jake's got it too. We can't do Santa's workshop tomorrow. They're gonna be too short 2 elves. All the kids will be so sad. Oh no, that's terrible. I know, we're supposed to be like the head elves this year. Jake even grew out his beard for it. Now everything's ruined. You watch as Candy slumps onto the doorstep, looking utterly dejected. Your mind races, trying to come up with a solution. Wait a minute. I think I might have come up with an idea to save the day. I can fill in for you, but what size costumes does Jake wear? A medium, why? I think I know someone who'd make an absolutely perfect elf. Oh no. Alright, so first and foremost, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. There's also the join and thanks button. Feel free to check those out. It's a great way of giving back to this community we have here, supporting and helping to cover the diamonds and everything that I end up spending on. Anyway, aside from that, so long story short is this is no surprise to anyone if you've been here long enough. I'm not much of a holiday person. I love Halloween, don't get me wrong, but Christmas was rough for me. At least some of the Christmases. I'd say 90% of them. My grandparents who raised me were not the kindest of folks. And one day I'll elaborate into that, but basically, I didn't really have friends also growing up, so, no one did the whole snow angel thing that I know of, because again, I was mainly cooped in, at my house, and, the only time I really got to go out was when there was school, and then, you know how schools are. Oh no, there's, coldness outside. Well, no recess. At least that was how it used to be when I was a kid. So I didn't get to go outside, oh, there's snow. There's even like a half an inch. Oh, can't go outside either. So the chances of ever doing snow angels or anything else during that, was impossible. So, I never got to do any of this stuff when I was a kid. And, yeah. Like, my inner child still exists, don't get me wrong. He's in witness protection inside of me. But, yeah, no. My snowball fighting was pretty much, if I ever did get the chance, was me against a tree. So, it's never been real fun. So for Christmas, I'm kind of the Grinch. Like, not really. I just don't care. Like, I'm not grinchy, but I'm just don't care. Just kind of just brush it off and go, whatever. Um, yeah, no, that's just, there's a lot of stuff there, and, you know, I know a lot of you just don't care, so, but for those of you who do actually stay to listen, you know, little, little teeniest, tiniest breadcrumb. Um, there are multiple layers to me, kind of like Darcy, so, um, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. What's the best part of Christmas for you, and especially the cold months, not just Christmas. I know not all of you celebrate that. There's people who do Kwanzaa and a bunch of other different varying holidays depending on where you are in the world. So, you know, how about this? When you have snow, what are your things to do? When it's cold outside, what do you like to do? Okay, okay, all right. Peace out.